What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla and the overall markets, as we're seeing a lot of buyers stepping in and helping the market break its highs. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I'm saying as financial advice. So as far as Tesla's going, we got this nice breakout as we were talking about. Tesla has held its 20 EMA, which is where this green line happens to be at 438. And we're still getting bought up very, very nicely. We're just seeing lots of buyers defending. Because we bounced off this, we're looking for 445 to be tested. I said if we broke that, we're looking for the 450s pretty easily. And that's exactly what Tesla's been doing so far. There's been lots of fear about the government shutdown. I do want to note it's not the best of pieces of news for everyday Americans and such. But at the end of the day, it's the markets that is what is affecting the markets right now. It's not necessarily the government affecting us as much. The government is shutting down, not the stock market, and the market is still recovering and making a full breakout right now. So, with the market breaking out, Tesla is following the trend, trying to break the highs right here. And it does look like Tesla could be trying to head for essentially the 460s if this trend continues. So we're still looking more bullish, and there is upside potential for Tesla. Something else that's very interesting is we got lots of data, at least so far. With the data that came out at 9:45 a.m., the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI was a bit below what we saw previously. This caused the market to dip initially, but that was just another liquidity grab because at 10 o'clock a.m., when our ISM manufacturing numbers came out, everything was quite decent, very close to expectations, with manufacturing employment being above expectations, and the market saw a nice rally since then, and we've been pushing very, very nicely. On top of that, there's been a lot of talk about Tesla's robotaxi getting lots of attention alongside their next deliveries report because of the EV tax write off, the rebates that's basically coming to an end. Because of that, that is once again fueling a lot more of their sales, and we're hoping this could really offset the European sales. European sales have been okay, not the strongest, but the American sales might be really, really strong, and that could really offset everything. We have Troy Tesla, for example, who's coming out. He is known for making nice predictions, and he tends to be correct. With not the worst of margins, his margins are quite small, which is quite good, and that tells us that his predictions tend to be quite accurate, at least the majority of the time. And he's seeing that once again, for reference, his estimate has to be at around 481,000 deliveries. Analyst consensus estimates come out at around 443,000. Other sources say around the 460,000. I do see that range, and there's a very, very good chance that Tesla's going to beat expectations looking at what our registrations are suggesting. When it comes to production numbers, we should be looking for at least 450,000, but the main thing is going to be deliveries. Hopefully, we see a big improvement, and we should be looking for some nice growth. So, Tesla's going to be announcing their overall numbers, their deliveries, starting as soon as tomorrow in the morning. That's going to be very important, the next big catalyst. And right now, as you guys could tell, analysts and people are looking very optimistic. Lots of buyers are continuing to step in, and Tesla's doing a great job. So if you want to turn into a bear, just hypothetically, you first want to see Tesla lose 445. If that fails us, we could be tipping back down towards 438 or below to start breaking down. But as of right now, there's no sign of that. And we are still favoring upside for essentially 458 to 460, then eventually a breakout. We're still looking quite bullish on Tesla, and we should be continuing to favor upside. We could be looking for the 460s very soon. If Tesla smashes expectations and we continue to run tomorrow, I would not rule out 468 to 470 or above. The 470s could even be coming if this continues, so Tesla looks quite bullish to me. Also on the daily time frame, we're looking quite bullish. As long as we don't end up losing 450, we're going to likely continue to option for the 460s or above. So I think we're doing a great job. When you look at SPY, we're also looking bullish on the daily time frame, but notice this right over here when you go to like our 4-hour time frame, we are once again looking quite strong. We could be trying to break the highs right here. So this kind of looks like a cup and handle. And as long as we don't end up seeing this thing lose 662, SPY is just very, very resilient. There were all these people saying the stock market's going to crash because, there's a government shutdown. We have to be very, very worried. I was even worried about that, at least initially, but then my view changed yesterday. I said I was leaning more bullish looking at the setups. With the shutdown that came, the market did dip temporarily, only to see a full recovery. And once again, we were leaning bullish, saying that these highs should be retested. And that's exactly what happened. We're breaking all time highs. We're testing all time highs right now. We should be breaking them. And if we break them, we're looking for 668 and 669 on SPY. I think we could be getting very close to 670. On the QQQ, we're approaching the all-time high again. We bounced very, very nicely as you predicted. As long as we don't lose 598, we should be continuing to push for 603, then eventually new all-time highs on the triple Q. On the IWM Russell 2000, we're bouncing. As long as we don't lose 240, we're going to be favoring 243.8, then eventually 245. On ES, we're looking bullish. Inverse head and shoulders could easily push for 67.50. Then eventually, our next target is going to be 67.80 and then 6,800 for more upside. For NQ, we also have an inverse head and shoulders. So long as we don't end up losing 24,800, we're going to be favoring 25,000 as our target or above. We look more bullish, in my opinion. Bitcoin also has an inverse head and shoulders. We're going to be favoring a move back up towards 118,000. I think we're looking great. Tesla's also looking more bullish. Nice inverse head and shoulders. Once again, we're going to be favoring the 460s. I think we're looking quite good. For Nvda, we're making higher highs and higher lows. As long as we don't end up losing basically 185, we're going to be favoring 188s and 190s our targets. I think we're still looking quite good. On Aapl, we're also bouncing right here. As long as we don't lose 253, we're going to be favoring 258 or above for another breakout, in my personal opinion. I think we're looking quite good. Palantir is looking more bullish. As long as we don't end up losing 180, we're going to be favoring 185 and 188. AMD is looking more bullish. As long as we don't end up losing essentially 161, we're going to be favoring 164 or above. Coinbase looks good. We're going to be favoring essentially 351 or above. Amazon has a double bottom here. As long as we can break 221, we're going to be favoring 222 to be retested, which is the resistance from yesterday, alongside 224. Meta is weak, however. We got some negative news. We're dipping right now. I'm going to be watching to see how well we hold around this 712 area. If that fails us, our next level is going to be all the way down around 702. So this could be dumping to the low 700s if we don't hold around 712. So watch that support very closely. Google's looking more bullish, though, favoring 245. And Microsoft, as long as we don't lose 513, we could consolidate and bounce for 516. It's still holding up well. The VIX is also rejecting. We also have a gap down here at 15.62. If 16.1 fills, then the VIX expect that gap to get filled, which is a big sign the market's going to try to continue to squeeze to new all-time highs. And I think that there's a lot of potential in SPY and to the QQQ. So with the whole market pushing, Tesla's following the trend. I would not rule out 460 plus very soon if we could break past 458. I think Tesla's looking more bullish, and overall, we're holding up very, very nicely, looking very optimistic for the next Deliveries report. Deliveries come out tomorrow, so hopefully things go well for Tesla, and we're going to likely see this try to continue to push for now. So follow the price action in front of you, and thank you all so much for listening. I'll be back with another update very soon. Until then, I wish you all nothing but the best, and peace out.